Well, welcome everybody to the fifth and final installment of our December program, and we've been talking about Dr. Wong's upcoming book, The Human Quest for Meaning. And one of the key pieces in meaning that Dr. Wong talks about is the idea of how important connecting with other people is, or relationships. There's a chapter by Aaron and Aaron in this new book that keys on this concept of relationship. In fact, they say that caring for others is central to meaning. And it can be central in the sense of it's a survival tactic. We know that social units, families, communities all survive better if there's this emotional connection with them. They're working together. But even beyond that, we know the idea of a connection to something greater than you are is fundamental, and that can be the family. Or in some religious people, it can be this connection with God or Jesus or whatever. I'm just thinking of nuns. Christian nuns who would have this relationship with Jesus in this, or Christ in a special way. But this idea of connecting with someone is fundamental. And Dr. Wong's ideas always say that this is probably one of the most fundamental components of living a meaningful life is caring for others. And this can be caring in any number of senses. But the caring is this connection because human beings are hardwired to connect with other people emotionally. And yes, we get lots of clients here who say, oh, I prefer to be alone. I can't stand being around people and all that. But it's not because they don't want to be around other people or be accepted by them. It's just that they feel uncomfortable around other people. And so it's safer for them to be alone or to isolate or that kind of thing, right? But human beings seem to have this fundamental need to be around other human beings. And so therefore this idea of caring for others, with connecting with others, becomes pretty fundamental to living a meaningful life. And this week it's Christmas, right? Traditionally a time of family, but even in the community there'll be lots of organizations going along, even for the homeless or people who really can't afford a meal. There'll be lots of little gatherings coming up. Even my own family in our downtown east side will cook and serve supper to one of the apartment buildings down there, and have been doing it for years now. And again, it's a feeling of togetherness, a feeling of communal benefit. And these things, even when I talk to my sister or my family about what it's like to help out, they always tell me this good feeling they get, like they're contributing something. And they're going out of their way, like they're actually having to cook the turkeys and drive all the way down there and set up all the tables and get everything organized. So they're going out of their way, but they feel good about it, right? And again, it's this idea of relationships, of connecting with people. Relationships closer to home with the family, right? This is pretty fundamental, and you probably recall your time here, and the clients talk about this a great deal, of this disconnection they often feel with their family out of guilt or whatever's going on, and almost a yearning to make things better, right? So to reform the bonds that connect the family. All of these things are fundamentally important to what it means to live a meaningful life. So it's a good lesson there, right? If you, and as you know, one of my little sayings is, you know that you're in recovery if you're connecting with people and with yourself and with a higher purpose. You'll know you're not in recovery when you're disconnecting, right? And that's a good rule of thumb to operate by, because this idea of connecting with other people is so fundamental to living a fulfilled and meaningful life. At any rate, that's it for this year, and we'll be back next year with a whole new set of topics.